All right, moving on to your value scale for cross-hatching. Dang, I'm good. That's so hard to do if you're like drawing in Sharpie. Getting those lines perfectly spaced out. Hatching, this is going to be cross-hatching. So cross-hatching and hatching are super duper similar. In fact, it's pretty much the same thing, except for this time when I'm going in, and I'm going to start again in this kind of middle-ish box. When I'm going in and adding my lines going one direction, I'm then going to add a second layer of lines going the opposite direction. So these would be multiple sets of parallel lines. That does not mean that these lines are perpendicular if you're like a vocabulary person, because they don't all intersect at 90-degree angles. Some of them, if I add another layer, because I could definitely do that, and I could do them, say, straight up and down, they're not all intersecting at that same angle. They're all parallel to the set of lines, kind of like we see here. I just have multiple sets that kind of, I'll do one set going this way, and then once I finish that set, I can do another set going the opposite direction. I hope that made sense and I didn't butcher that. So, again, for this one, I'm going to do my lightest over here. My first square is always white, and my square over here, I'm going to make it as dark as I can. So that one, my goal is to get it almost black. So I have my first set of parallel lines done in this box. I'm going to flip it and do my next set of parallel lines. So these ones all point up to kind of the right direction. And I can go through and do that on these ones. Remember that as we move left, it gets lighter. So these lines are farther apart. That one almost looks like a little woven basket or something. And in this first one, they're going to be really far apart. And then in the very darkest one, we have our first set of parallel lines. Oops. And then I'm going to add my second set. And then just like we did in the last video, when they look pretty close, I'm going to go back and you can add another direction or just another layer of these parallel lines. But I want it to look obvious that this is my darkest square. If any of your squares look too close, I want you to kind of rework one of them to give it kind of that obvious gradient. So here you can see it's kind of like stair step down. I might add a touch more to this one. But it should look like it goes darker to lighter, pretty softly, pretty nice transition. Alrighty, there is cross-hatching tutorial.